this notion of zero or void, tell us something about that. I mean, what does that refer to you? What does that?
Well, if you meditate and you find that place to where you're not thinking and you're just being, I would call that zero.
And then, have you ever had that experience, kind of like being at that place?
I have had that experience.
Yeah, and so what does it feel like? I mean, what does it feel like?
It's great.
It's
wonderful.
What does it mean, great?
It's wonderful. It's really an experience of existence, of being,
Okay.
not of contrived expression but of just being, of that being. That's what we're talking about the oneness.
Yeah. So the Ho'oponopono that Morna developed, its purpose, its aim, the cleaning's aim is to get to that place called zero or the void.
Yes, Morna would describe it like if you're walking along a path. We all walk along, fall over, walk, fall over, get up, fall over. Now the path would mean like in the flow. So more than often we're probably off. So the idea is that you meditate, you do your cleaning, you take care of yourself in different ways, however you choose. And we're not saying you have to meditate, but however you choose to do your cleaning, the idea is that more and more you can be in the flow or on your path, as opposed to always falling off.
Now,
Yeah.
and what's your experience about what do you think many people have this experience or even notion that they could be that way, or is it that they're always they're so used to being off path or out of the flow they can't?
Yeah. Well, I would say most disciplines that I'd say that what makes Ho'oponopono unique is the transmutation process. Well, two things: the care of the self, the connection with the subconscious, and then the transmutation. So we're not trying to outrun karma. We're not trying to override karmic situations. What we're doing is asking through repentance and forgiveness for that to be gathered up and petitioned for the transmutation. So once the transmutation happens, basically you're changing history.
Not just within you,
Yeah,
but everywhere.
Yeah,
Why would it affect everything?
It's that, what do they call it, the butterfly effect? The butterfly in South Africa flaps its wings and we get a tornado on the other side of the world. So it's something like that. It's that aspect of that a thought, everything is a thought, and that it has an impact on everything else as a thought.
Now, does it have an impact on everybody else because everybody shares certain things in common? I mean, how can something outside of them affect them, as opposed to if we have shared kind of problems or ties, or when you jerk, we all jerk, even though we may not know it, you know?
Right. Because really, again, with the Ho'oponopono, the idea is you don't step 1 inch outside your own nose. You don't look outside your own nose 1 inch and outside your own toes 1 inch. So it has to all be within self. So with that in mind, we do affect everything within the self, which is outside in appearance or perception.
So if you come in at zero or peace, then it affects how other people come. So
Yes.
let's say you're going to have a party. I mean, how do you prepare for the party? So in your mind, the party is about being peaceful, loving, caring, as opposed to the parties I used to go to in Waianae where it just ended up in riot.
Right. Yeah. Well, I've had been. Yeah.
What do you do to prepare when you're going to go someplace or you're going to an event?
Yeah, I would first be doing my Ho'oponopono process within myself. So within my own 3 selves, I would look to care for the subconscious and work to correct any imbalances through the Ho'oponopono that come up, that I can see and unseen, both known and unknown. And then I would look to see, is it correct? Does it feel right after I do my clean to go to participate in this in this event or invite people over. So again, everything comes back to the self. And it comes back in a big way with the relationship between the conscious, the subconscious, and the superconscious. And basically, our problems are within the conscious mind getting a feel and a working relationship with the subconscious. That's a real block that we have learned. Like when you go to school as a child and the teacher says, "Why were you late?" It's not just that you were late. So you try to make up an excuse. You think, well, gee, what will the teacher want to hear from me? So rather than allowing the subconscious to just, I'm late, okay, I can clean with this, we force ourselves to make up excuses or to do things that we think is correct. And so with this, getting back to the Ho'oponopono, we're working on the relationship between the conscious, the subconscious, and the superconscious mind, and a good working relationship. Like when we go to the store and we pick up something to buy and we come home with it and they say, "Oh, thank you for getting that. Why did you pick it up?" I don't know, it just felt right to pick it up. So we want to be in that flow, the gentle flow and the cleaning helps us to do this on a moment by moment